So today we have just arrived at Houston Memorial City Mall, and I have a few stops that I want to go in here. Well, actually 3 stops that I want to do in the mall. I need to go to Express, I need to go to Zara, and then I also need to go inside of Target because a hack that I want to try that I saw on TikTok, and it all corresponds to where I am operating in my life today. I hope that you guys enjoy this Queen Esther Soft Life series because I thoroughly believe that the queen in you, the king in you, no matter what age, no matter what stage you are, is yearning to burst free. But it comes at a cost of being disciplined, a cost of being organized, and a cost of being very decisive about following those procedures, those protocols, and ultimately adhering, mastering the process. We can hear each other talk. We'll see. You ready to drop the tea on the people? Beautiful cousin. I really wanted to sit down with her to get some good knowledge about just transitioning from one area of your life into another area of your life, dealing with career, self-love, being a mother, being a wife, and just being dope at everything that you do.
Ooh, I've been living that, haven't I?
Yes, you've been living that, doing that, and all drop some knowledge on me as she always does. Always.
I was being a mother. Oh, the struggling single parent. Man, that was the time. Now I have to be honest. It doesn't really ever end though.
Being a mother?
No. It doesn't. Being a parent on some level, you're always a mother, but being a parent, you're like still actively parenting all throughout. Yeah, I still parent my daughter. So if you do your job right, as they get older, a lot of those things are kind of like baked in from way back when, but then they go through, they have a hard head, they go through the school of hard knocks, but it then finds its way back to the surface, and then they kind of come into their own. However, it does take some time, and you still have to nurture that to existence, to manifest. It's a job in and of itself.
The fact that you said it resurfaces.
It does.
And then you have to go back and parent the part that has resurfaced.
You have to, right, because you have to always make sure they're on the right track.
Yes.
And so once you see that they are, after they've gone through some, stuff and dragged you through it too.
As we all.
I don't look at it as an obligation, a chore. I think some people do. It's like, okay, how fast can I get this over?
But how did you even come into that mindset of, this is not a chore for me, this is not something that I'm just trying to do, but something I'm more so committed to, and we're just gonna rock this thing out? Because there's no manuscript. Did you have a manuscript?
No, I didn't even know what I was doing. I was so young. I was 18 when I had my daughter. I didn't know what the hell was. It was just like, okay, we're gonna grow up together on some level. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna help you. We're gonna figure some of this out together. My childhood was a little bit. It was certainly not what I would say was the most endearing and nurturing set of circumstances.
Oh my.
So with that being the case, I knew that there needed to be a better example being set. So for me, it was always like, how can I do this? I don't know what I'm doing. I'll figure it out, but how can I do this better?
Tommy and Siri.
Okay, thank you, Tommy. It's Siri at Cheesecake Factory.
It looks
all right,
really
cheers.
Yummy. Cheers. All right.
What was your moment of prep work to become just a better woman, a better mother, and then getting ready for the transition from a single woman to a married woman?
Before you can do anything with someone else, you have to really be already very in tune with yourself.
Okay.
Know who you are, have that self-awareness, be very comfortable with yourself and who you are before you
dropping
go join
gems
with someone
already.
Else. So for me, it wasn't like there was a moment. I mean, honestly, when I got with my husband, I wasn't looking for, we're gonna get married, this is gonna be the end game. It was just more of, okay, let's learn each other, let's get to know each other. Do I like you? Do I like being around you? Are we equally yoked? Things that really matter. Those very fundamental kind of things in life. You can know someone for 20 years and still not know really everything about them. You may only know certain aspects of them. So from that perspective, it's okay to say, well, this isn't really, we're not really meshing. This isn't what I was expecting. We don't exactly deuces. When I got with my husband, when we moved, I would say pretty quickly through the stages, but we still made sure that we were, one, it needs to be kind of easy. So I, take my time, make sure that it stays that way. Okay. But I know that we know each other, that we kind of fit together like a glove. In my late 20s, early 30s, somewhere in there, it's like, okay, because then I got out and started dating people. Yes. And it was like, oh man, wait a minute. It is a lot of... Anyway, it's a lot of trash out here.
What?
They need to be sweeping these streets up. But, well, I realized that it was like, okay, I don't need to be committed to just getting married. Because I think that's the thing, committed to just getting married. I felt like I could live my life out and have a very happy, productive, and be all of those great things that I felt like I aspired to in life. And it didn't matter if I had a husband to do those things. Or
how do you, knowing that you're not trying to force it to work, but you want it to work, so how do you keep things spicy for you as your own woman, keep it spicy for your career, and then also keep it spicy for your man?
Keeping it spicy in general means, for me, I feel like you have to be real with yourself. You have to be real, living, like experiencing just the things that I enjoy. I certainly have to keep my own set of friends and set of, things that I like to do just for me. Like my me time is a very vital piece of my being. But then you certainly have to make time to dedicate to your spouse or significant other or someone that you care about. It's a balancing act, right? Yeah. You're always balancing. I would say if you are with someone and you really trust them and very much in tune with each other's needs, you should know what they want and they should know what you want, and you should also be a little bit open to explore some things. Okay. If need be. Yeah. But it needs to make sense. It needs to be something that you're willing to be comfortable to try and experience things. Do some new things. and your own needs. Obviously, I like to be around myself, but again, it's like I said, you have to be very comfortable and confident with who you are.
Yeah.
I'm very comfortable in my own skin. I'm always constantly trying to be better.
Yeah.
Better me every day. Better than I was the day before and the year before that and 5 years prior. You know, it's a constant evolution. It's never like we're always working to perfect ourselves.
Right.
And that should be kind of the goal. But
Right.
And it is a daily struggle. It is a daily struggle.
When things are hard, and I already heard her say that she spends time daily perfecting the woman that she is, but when you have those hard moments, those hard days, how do you overcome?
Don't we all have
By the
them?
way, her lashes look so good. I'm sorry.
Is it wrong that I was like, I gotta get these done?
Love them. I've been
Yeah.
admiring them. Like, these lashes look good.
Bad days. We all have them, don't we? Sometimes we have bad weeks. Sometimes we have bad years. I can think about some of those times. You know, you may have a bad period in your life.
Yes.
You have to stay grounded to something, though. I am spiritual, but I'm not overly religious. You have to stay grounded to something that keeps. For me, honestly, I mean, because I can think some days I've had where it's like, oh man, I just need a reset.
Yeah.
It's time for me maybe to just go to bed, and then the next day it's gonna be better. But I'm always looking forward to that next day, and I think that's a big part of it. You know, looking forward to like, okay, this didn't go so well today, but tomorrow's a new start. So let me get refreshed and be ready for that next opportunity.
Yes.
But I mean, I think a big part of just bad days is just kind of keeping it in perspective. We all have. I mean, you wish every day could be great, but that would be unrealistic. And the forces that are out here that love to work against us want us to really, kind of dwell in the fact that we had something. I had this shortcoming. I had this thing that didn't work out the way I wanted. I had this goal and it got shattered dreams. No, you have to find new ones too, and you have to be willing to be flexible and change. So, I had this thing, you have a thing that you're committed to, and you think that, okay, this is the only way. Sometimes you got to find other ways to work around to get to that same end goal.
Yes.
Still trying to make some moves.
And to
Money
me,
moves, beauty moves, longevity moves.
It's been broken beyond repair, and you keep going, you keep going, you keep going. And then you link up with like-minded individuals who could pour into you. It makes life just so much more worth living.
And that changes with the seasons. You may have a support team that carries you the first few years in some journey in your life, and then they pass the baton to someone else.
Yes.
If you have family that can always, we're family and that's great, but you don't always have that.
No.
You don't always have that, so sometimes you have to create that.
They're like pass the baton to somebody else, because even though the season has ended of our tight bond, it does not mean that the love has been lost or that there is negativity that sits within a person. It just means that there was a break that both parties needed, that you might not even know you did need that break.
Well, sometimes because everybody can't give you everything that you need at every point in your life. You need or help you get to that next level. Because a lot of times getting to the next level is not easy. That is really, I mean, you find out what you're really made of when you're trying to go from one level to the next. It is not for
faint of heart.
No, it's not for the faint.
That paradigm shift, and just when you think that you have stepped into it, you'll get swept right back.
Want to get through this door? Okay, you better come with your A game.
She's gonna get us all the way together. So we're about to